Okay.
Yeah, present the knife.
The key knife?
The keyblade.
I guess it is a keyblade.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking about Kingdom Hearts earlier today.
Miss Yu, I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me.
I wonder if it makes you laugh in the same way it does me sometimes. No, every time I see it. Sorry, I goofed it.
This is a picture of the key the Adagrass has sent to the police.
Every time I get made me laugh.
However, while it may look like a key at the first glance, it in fact has the secret ability to transform into a knife. God, I wish that were me. Which means that was inside Mr. Faraday's bag. It was both the Adagrass's key and the murderous knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not?
Yes.
Well, with the Adagrass's key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday. Do you understand now? Just knowing of the existence of the Adagrass's key.
I just don't think I look at it. Showing it to me from that far away? You could be lying for all I know.
You would even now still feign ignorance.
I'm not feigning anything. We can't have you accusing me of a crime with false evidence now, can we? I mean, Mr. Von Karma, I've heard some very interesting rumors about him. Are you mocking my papa?
Don't you dare sully the good name of my mentor. Now take a good look. This piece of evidence is more than real.
Oh, who knew there was such a trick to this thing?
Are you satisfied now? But of course you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that the knife and the Adagrass's key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you, who isn't a member of law enforcement, who would never have been privy to this trick, would have never known about it to begin with. Furthermore, there's something that the Adagrass has said to the police. How did you have knowledge as to what it was?
Actually, I heard it from Mr. Faraday. Just before he dragged Mr. Well off, he told me. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. He also told me that about the key turning into a knife at that time. But he didn't tell me about how the key actually transforms.
What you're saying is simply not possible.
Oh, and why not?
Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key. For within these pages he mentions nothing about a knife.
I'm not sure where he would have written everything. I'm not sure he would have written everything in his organizer, you know. Wouldn't something of this importance be better left to oral communication?
Unfortunately, that is also impossible, because Detective Bag didn't know about the knife aspect either. It would have been highly classified information even within the police force. And this is something that even the lead detective in the case didn't know. Why would Mr. Faraday have felt the need to share such information with the opposition?
I guess he wouldn't have much of a reason to. Looks like I gave a pretty lame excuse, huh?
How can you laugh at a time like this?
He's probably just figured out the flaw in her logic. And is actually in a panic of it. But that is not something we need to concern ourselves with.
I suppose you're right. Miss Yu, I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of the knife. I also know how you know. Okay.
Do you now? Well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and show me?
Oh, I will, and I'll wipe that smile off your face by the time we're through. This is it, the moment of truth, the secret behind the Yatagrasa's key. Only one person would have knowledge of it from the get-go. Who would know from the start that the Yatagrasa's key could change into a knife?
Mr. Faraday.
We just said he didn't know.
Who would know? Is there one for the Yatagarasu?
What?
Yeah. The Yatagarasu.
There's only one person who would have known about the dual nature of the key.
And that is?
And that is the person who sent the Yatagrasa's key to the police. That is to say, the Yatagarasu herself.
Herself? Are you saying that this lawyer is the great thief Yatagarasu?
It's you. You used Mr. Rell to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap, didn't you? You who profess to bear a grudge against criminals. Why? Why would you do something like this?
What about thank you? A stupid rookie prosecutor puts it through me. I just sent him the biggest chill down my spine right now, Edgeworth. This feeling of thrill. It's even greater than when I sneak into some place.
You killed Faraday? Why? Answer me, Callisto, you!
Callisto, you, huh? That's not my real name. Because my real identity is, yes, the great thief Yatagarasu. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday was one difficult man to deal with. For you see, he had discovered my true identity. So I had to erase him from the world of law. I made Rell an offer, an acquittal for a little favor in return. All he had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the Yatagarasu in court. But once we entered the recess, Mr. Rell was dragged off by Mr. Faraday, which threw my plan into a complete mess. I chased after them and eavesdropped on them through a crack in the door. Then Rell caved to only two things, money and authority, just as all thugs do. I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held on to Rell any longer. Plus, if I'd let them continue on the way they were, I would have been found out. And that's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both!
But did you say that you despised criminals?
But do I really?
You've forgotten about the KG-8 incident too.
Maybe. What sort of women would...
So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent?
Well, I had a good idea of what Mr. Faraday was going to do. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rell wasn't the Yatagarasu. By using this Yatagarasu key as evidence, and he would bring it with him. That's why I thought to use the knife portion. With a weapon as well disguised as this, no one would be the wiser. Because who in their right mind would think like something like this could be a weapon? I casually entered lobby number 2 on the pretext that I had to talk with Mr. Faraday.
Hey there, Shady. As far as I'm aware, you was not in any other games.
And in order to get in with him, I pretended to be worried about something. He then let me hold the Yagarasu key, just like that. He never noticed that I had changed the key into a knife inside the bag. And he didn't have a chance to take note of the knife that took his life.
How could you kill him?
I knew him for a long time, you know. At the very least, I thought to give him a quick and painless death.
But if you killed Mr. Faraday first, there is no need for you to kill Mr. Rell as well.
I believe I mentioned why when we were placing Detective Gumshoe under arrest. Something about having accidentally created a witness, and how that led the killer to think about setting them up as though they'd kill each other.
Then the trick with surveillance tape.
Yes, I actually hadn't planned to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the existence of the surveillance tape. Which is why I had Rel help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said and done, I rewarded him with his hard work with a bullet.
You're a defense attorney, aren't you? How could you betray a client?
Client? If you want to talk about who's a client of who first, it was me. I was a client in the murder of the Cadobian embassy staff member, Dead Man.
You ordered a hit job?
You still haven't figured it out, Mr. Bad? I had Dead Man killed because he was about to give away my info about the smuggling. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination?
It can't be. You're...
That's right. I'm a member of the smuggling ring.
What? How could this... You don't mean you're working with Matty Cochin too, do you?
Maybe, maybe not. Guess we'll never know. The Yatagarasas claim to be noble, but you're just another cold-blooded murderer.
Blood-colded murder.
Blood-colded murderer. That's right, little girl. The Yatagrass is just another killer.
Quiet. You. Yatagarasu. You could run from the law, but you'd never escape it. So just humbly accept the judgment of this court.
Hey, Edgeworth. Do you know the Yatagrass has 3 legs? Do you know why that is?
No, I have a boyfriend.
No? Well, let me tell you. It means that the Yagarasu has more than one razor-sharp way to do her work. You really are too naive, Edgeworth. if you even handed the Yatagrasu key right to me without a second thought. Everything may not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it.
You mean the key was your real target?
I even gave you such great advice. Didn't I tell you always keep a good eye on a criminal? Or you may regret it. You may regret what comes of your negligence.
You two, get down. My body, I can't move.
There, to your right!
Yeah, you're you. It was so stretched out I didn't recognize that as a name.
Yeah.
Are you alright, Francisca?
I'm perfectly fine, Miles.
Her voice is shaking, but it looks like she's unharmed. Where did Kay go? That's a gunshot. I thought there was a soundproof. Oh wait, sound can go through an open door.
Sound can go through an open door.
Sorry, but it looks like she got away. I called the precinct. They should have a perimeter set up soon. Dr. Bad, are you alright? I heard a gunshot. I'm okay. Just got another hole in my jacket. They say he's fine, but he looks quite shaken. More importantly, Mr. Edgeworth, Miss Van Karma, are you two hurt?
I'm absolutely fine.
I'm also right, thanks to Kay. Speaking of Kay, where is she? I don't know. She just sort of disappeared. I'll look for her. Oh, and hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Detective Bad, sir.
I'm sorry I doubted you.
Don't worry, sir. It's not your fault. I liked you guys too, after all.
I heard about what happened from Kay. Lying or giving testimony is still unforgivable. In this case, you are protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you just might have what it takes to be a real detective. Committing perjury in court for children.
Committed.
I mean, that's what he basically said.
That is basically what he said.
Don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay?
You got it, Pops! Pops! That's one too many detective dramas recently, have we?
Way to single-handedly destroy the cheery atmosphere with one snarky comment. I should get back to the investigation. I swear, I'll catch you if it's the last thing I do. Be careful, Detective Bad, and take care. Thanks. While I'm off, maybe we'll run into each other again someday.
Is this Gumshoe's theme?
Yeah, this is Gumshoe's theme.
I don't think I've ever remember it being this groovy.
Well, no, this is a remix. Though it was earlier in the game, and you mentioned that before.
I do remember, right? Because I just sang part of it, didn't I?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. really did find out the truth behind everything.
Yes, well, I'm glad we solved everything before you're taken to prison. I can't believe how much trouble I caused you with my testimony, Detective Gumshoe.
There's no problem, really. I mean, I lied too, so I didn't help anything. It's really not your fault, Your Honor. Well, even if we don't have His Honor's testimony, I think that lawyer would have found one way or another to get you convicted on her behalf. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective.
Do you worry he was being fired and not convicted of murder? Double murder?
Man, I got my priorities straight. Do you know how much money I made last week? $5. I need this job.
It was your annual bonus, so you're not making it every week.
Oh, is that how that works? Where's the rest of my money?
What money?
The judge starts suspiciously twiddling his thumbs.
Well, as long as you're not fired, you should work hard, give it all you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present for you with me.
She did? Ooh, what is it?
What was it that Kay left for me, the proof of their friendship?
The cinnamon roll. The Swiss roll. Take that! It's a Cornell special Swiss roll! Can I really have it?
Yes, it's a present meant for you after all.
Thanks a bunch. You have no idea how happy this makes me, pal. I'm gonna eat this right now.
Sure, go ahead. Swiss rolls Detective Gumption and Kay bought together. While the one Kay saved never reached her father, it would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective.
He's so happy. It's as though he's having a welcome back celebration on his own.
Well, I was asked by Kay to give it to him.
Did you get that?
No.
Woo!
For that.
That was good, pal. I can't believe I got to eat 2 of these delicious things in one day. They come in a 2-pack. That means he's never been able to buy one for his sister, buy one for himself.
No, I think he said that one he had before was his first one.
That's kind of sad. It's like I'm in Swiss roll paradise or something. I can't say.
No!
I gotta thank Kay myself. Wait. Where is she?
He only noticed just now. Was his mind not present when we discussed her earlier? There's a bad left to go search for her earlier. Maybe you should go join him.
Yeah, betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, but first... You know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh? I'm gonna stick right by your side from now on, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Sense nothing but a most troublesome relationship that from that honest statement.
We should go home too, Miles. We have to hurry and report what happened to Papa.
Agreed. Well, I'm afraid I must be going now, Detective.
Roger, sir. And don't worry, I'll investigate the next case. We're on real well.
Be counting on you. The scent of trouble is definitely in the air. Thus, like a bad dream, my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. After that, he became my direct subordinate. I have tried, but words fail to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. But I suppose that's just how things are. As for the little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now...
Oh, do you remember now?
Yes, I remember everything. Kay, it's been a while.
Hey, you grew up a lot! Of course, but thank goodness. I thought you two had totally forgot about me. You know, I was really worried about you after all that. Where have you been all this time? Gummy, I didn't know you cared. After my father died, I went to go live with my mother's relatives. They live really far away, so I wasn't really able to come back here all that much. Oh, is that what happened? Well, I'm just glad you're all right. So, does it all make sense now? You betcha it does. Oh, you know what? I was going through my father's bookshelves recently.
Actually, there's still a number of things that don't make sense, Kay.
Huh?
First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? And second, why are you calling yourself the Yatagarasu? The Yatagarasu is Callisto Yu, the woman who killed your father.
Oh, you're wrong. The real Yatagarasu was my father. Mr. Faraday was the Yatagarasu? Like I said, I was going through my father's bookshelf recently. And I found a secret diary hidden among his books. I was evading. I have no regrets choosing to walk the path of the Yatagarasu. That was written in his diary. That's how I know for sure.
But that's impossible.
That look, why don't you believe me?
It wasn't just the expression of my face. I clearly said it was impossible just now.
Alright then, how do you explain this?
It's a way of disarming any security system the user's choosing.
Yep, that's Little Thief. Truth be told, this is Yatagarasu's greatest secret. And this little gizmo was used by my father. Oh, Mr. Faraday wasn't just a really great prosecutor. He really was a great thief, huh? Yeah, my father's worked really hard to sell the truth.
Did you say to sell it?
To steal the truth. I did say to sell it. Oh boy. But he was killed. Oh, I'm having a day.
You okay?
It's really warm in this room because the temperature is a lot higher than I thought it was gonna be. Not to dox where we live, global warming.
Florida.
But yeah, I didn't realize it was gonna get this hot again, so I stopped keeping like the better temperature regulators readily available.
Yeah.
Like window fans and the like. So I'm using a broken fan. That's why you heard it last time. I don't know if you remember. You said that you could hear the fan.
Yeah.
That's because it's a cheapo depot broken one that can't even stand upright. But it's making this room very warm.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take a cold shower when we're done because of the murder. I'm losing my mind. Either way. But he was killed, and the Yatagarasu was no more. But despite that, the Yatagarasu has been spotting again recently.
Someone else sent you?
No, it's you! Here, Mr. Edward, take a look at this article.
The Yatagarasu sent the embassy a calling card.
Meaning this person's a fake. I'm almost certain that Callisto you ladies behind this. Because the real Yagarasu would never send something as gaudy as a card out.
The Yatagarasu did send a white card along with anything to be publicized. That's what Detective Bad told me 7 years ago, if memory serves.
Well, as soon as I heard the news, I got all wound up, and I knew I couldn't just let it go. So I searched you out so that I could obtain the truth behind the Yatagarasu. Because if anybody can help me out, I figured it's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, that's not the only thing I'll be finding. But... So you're saying that I have your father's and Miss Yu's identities backward?
Yes, because the real Yagarasu is noble to the end. And I want to revive the real noble Yatagarasu. If I don't, my father would never be able to rest in peace.
Okay.
Okay, you're so honorable. I don't care if anyone else thinks, I'll always be here to cheer you on, pal.
Even if you are honorable, a thief is a thief. And if you're plotting to commit a crime, then I'm afraid I can't be complicit.
Edgeworth. Well, you guys are not making it easy for me. Who am I supposed to support now? Sir Edgeworth. What I want from you is not to steal something. What I want is to arrest that evil woman.
That evil woman. I mean, Callisto you.
I think it's too hard for me to catch her all by myself. I thought that since you were able to expose her for who she is, then maybe... Please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you help me?
Come to think of it, I do believe I owe you.
Huh? Help me for what?
When Miss Yu made her escape, it was you who saved my life. Furthermore, you helped me with the investigation today. I'm not so rude as to leave favors unrepaid.
Then you mean...
Yes. That case has been weighing down my soul ever since that fateful day. Perhaps the time has come to settle things once and for all. You don't intend to sully your hands in a crime, and I believe I can help you.
Thank you. Yay, Mr. Edwards here! Isn't that great, Kay? Yeah, it sure is, Gummy.
Even though he had completely forgotten about her until just now. Alright, what is with their chummy relationship? Listen, when two people love each other...
They get real chummy.
The great thief Yatagarasu. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Burn Faraday, Glister U, and Kay Faraday. The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu. What a word.
Phantasmagorically?
Yeah.
That is a word.
And the Yatagarasu's real goal would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay. The end.
We beat it. We have
Episode 5.